who's here for their second Vespers, show of hands. Welcome back. And who's new tonight? Welcome. One of the things that we're doing a little differently here is wanting as much as we are to sing together, but still wanting to just err on the side of caution. We're getting as close as we can, and we're still vibrating our bodies together with closed mouths, humming some of our favorites. And I really enjoyed humming with you all last time. Felt as close as we could get, and it felt pretty darn good. So we're going to enjoy the bell, and I'll get back to you after. I'll settle in with that. Recognize the noodling that's happening over here. James is playing that wonderful song with words by Rumi, Come, Come, Whoever You Are, Wanderer, Worshipper, Lover of Leaving, Come, Ours is no caravan of despair, Come, again, come. So I'll invite you to join me in humming that for a little while. And maybe we'll try speaking it as well. But let's start with it, joining our vibrations. Try speaking those with me if you know them. Here we go. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. All right, let's say it like we mean it. Now remember. Come, come, whoever you are. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. Let's hum once more. Words by Manju Kapoor. In my dream, women flew, larger than any birds I had seen. They flew high. They flew together over trees and dry, dusty land. They came back some years later with water, careful in their beaks, for those who had forgotten how to fly. In my dream, women flew, larger than any birds I had seen. They flew high. They flew together over trees and dry, dusty land. They came back some years later with water, careful in their beaks, for those who had forgotten how to fly. Is anybody else thirsty out there? Thirsty for the water of life, the water of connection, the water of community, the water of renewing our souls, the water that it seems that the whole world has forgotten. I certainly am, and my hope, my prayer for this time we come together is that we leave feeling like some amazing bird, or woman larger than a bird, that is, might have poured some water somehow into our mouths from her beak. Such a beautiful image. Welcome to this second experiment of being together in the best way that we can right now. It's so good to be together with you all for our second Vespers service. Welcome home for some of you who may be gathering for the first time for a worship in your community. I feel really privileged to be able to offer that welcome. And of course, welcome to a community whose very mission and identity is built around building a world of wide open. A world where it doesn't matter your background or your beliefs about faith or reality, a world where it doesn't matter your identity, that we welcome you as inherently good. In a world in these times in particular, and in this country with our history in particular, in which we say loudly and clearly and firmly that Black Lives Matter. That's the world we're trying to build together. And we also want to acknowledge that before those of us who identify as white welcomed ourselves to this land, it was the unceded land, it is the unceded land of the Abenaki people. We want to hold them in our hearts as we arrive here together. And we want to learn from them in how we relate from them and all original peoples who built their lives around their relationship to the land. We want to return our attention and reverence to the land, and it's such a wonderful opportunity to do that when we're together, gathered outside, to really connect. So I want to invite you to actually rise right now, if you're willing and able, and just take a moment to look around at this beautiful garden. The sun seems to have just taken cover, but just take a moment to take in the other beings that are with us, the flowers and the trees. And maybe just offer some thanks in your own way that we're held in such beauty, nourished by all these breathing beings around us. And beyond what we can immediately see, just allow your imagination to, as you look around, continue. I would invite you to just continue to look in all directions and remember what's beyond those buildings over there. I was there an hour or so ago. It's pretty amazing. Sparkling light. Just remember what's over in this direction to the east. Maybe where's your home? Where are loved ones? And now we're gonna come back to welcoming ourselves as we did last time. And I want to invite you just to take a hand on your heart and maybe close your eyes. And James, let's transition to the chant. I'm going to teach you a chant which will hum and speak. But just as we're moving into that, I want to offer the words, and just, you've probably heard them or something like them spoken before, but allow yourself to hear them anew and just to receive the reality of these words in your body. It's that earth is our body. Our bodies are the earth. That water is your blood. That the air is your breath and mine. And that the fire of life, the fire from the sun, the fire in the trees, that fire burns within each of us, what we might call our spirit. So would you repeat just these words after me? Earth, my body. Water, my blood. Air, my breath. And fire, my spirit. This chant is set to many different tunes, and the words are inspired by indigenous traditions, but I could not find, and I've never heard of one particular credible source for this. This is open source at oral tradition. But I want to offer that we do a body prayer or meditation with this chant. I want to teach that to you tonight. And I think rather than saying the words, I want to teach you, and I'll hum, and if you don't pick it up and you just want to do the movements, that's fine too, but I'm going to teach you the melody and then show you how it goes together with the movement. So it goes like this. Just try those two chunks. Parts like this. Try that. That second part again, which is air my breath and fire, oh fire, my spirit, goes like this. Let's do the whole hum once together. simple action. Do it a few times. One last time. Thank you all. Please take your seats. It's the first time I taught a new song humming. And I think we all did pretty good. Really appreciate your participation in that. You join me in our chalice lighting words. So we had a little fun last week, and we're going to try this again and shift it up just a little. Following Marcus's lead, actually, with Linda last week, we want to greet each other. We want to give each other big hugs. Again, we can't quite, but we can do something that's actually maybe in some ways even more intimate, which is to really see each other, to take a moment to look into each other's eyes. So I want to invite you to again rise for our greeting and to take a moment to look around. But this time I'm going to invite you, as you do, and make eye contact and see various people, to find one person who's willing to stay there with you for a while and really let yourself sink into. And I might suggest maybe it's someone you know the least here. Or at least someone that you don't know really well, not your elbow buddy, for example. And just take some time to really see and be seen for our greeting. hard to tear yourself away, almost as hard as greetings in the old version of Sunday morning. But come on back, where I know some of you are like, oh God, when is it going to end this time? It's a little intense, but we need the water, right? It's been a long time. That's how I feel, at least. So thank you for joining that invitation. You may have a seat again. We are, as last week, going to take some time to do some sharing of gratitude and also of grief. It's a really special opportunity to be able to do that in a small, intimate gathering like this. But we're going to do it a little bit differently. Tonight, I want to teach you an adaptation of the song by Wendy Llewellyn Perkins, We Give Thanks. Remember that one? Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Some head nodding. So I'm going to teach you a little body percussion, really simple, and we're gonna chant this instead. I think it's going to be fun. And also some of you are going to feel like that you're doing this, but it's okay, so just give yourself permission. So repeat after me. Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks.
All right, and we'll do it in rhythm. So here we go. I'll show you one. Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks.
That's good enough. For this day.
For this day.
For gathered here.
For gathered here.
And far away.
And far away.
For time we share.
For time we share.
With love and care.
With love and care.
Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks.
For this day.
For this day.
We're going to keep doing, but I know you've got that like I'm learning minds going on now, right? So I just want to start adding in your memory of this absolutely beautiful Vermont day and the good things about it so that we can really give our thanks while we do this. So here we go again. Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks.
For this day.
For this day.
For gathered here.
For gathered here.
And far away.
And far away.
For time we share.
For time we share.
With love and care.
With love and care.
Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks.
For this day.
For this day.
All right, pretty cool. Now, do you think you can join me in doing that at the same time? Oh, we give thanks for this day, for gathered here and far away, for time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this day. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we give thanks for this day, for gathered here and far away, for time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this day. Oh, we give thanks for this day, for gathered here and far away, for time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this day.
All right, ready? Now we're just going to add this real simple. All right. And if you're like, I know how to do rhythm a little bit, then try this with me. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, Oh, we give thanks for this day, for gathered here and far away, for love we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this day. Now the trick is, as I've already demonstrated, because Aaron already went differently than I thought, that it doesn't actually matter when you hit your chest, or if instead you hit your head. All you have to do is keep the hands going. The hands going means you're thankful. So just
women. Potatoes, I think I heard. Tomatoes. Oh, tomatoes. It is tomato season. Artichokes. Yoga. I'm not hearing them all, but I'm loving this. Oh, we give thanks. One more time. For this day. For gathered here and far away. For time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this day. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I'm throwing nothing's normal today, right? But it's like, it's just so special to be together. I want to take the opportunity and be silly and celebrate. And just like I want to take the opportunity to be silly and celebrate, I really want to offer us this opportunity to share what's heavy for us. Because it's a hard time. It's a really hard time. And of course we feel that most when we're alone, or we're in the struggle, we're in the conflict, whatever it is, maybe less so here. That's good. But it's like a good embrace. That's really the place where I know that I feel like I can start to let down the guard, maybe let the tears flow. That's what we want to be for each other, a place that's safe to be vulnerable, which is a gift that makes it safe for others to be vulnerable. It makes it safe for all of us to be who we are. A friend of mine told me a story just earlier this week of his niece running up to him when the car pulled up, running across the yard and stopping just like a few feet away and bursting into tears and running back to her mother because she realized, oh, I'm not supposed to hug. And he shared that story with me because he was reflecting, and I am now too, on how, gosh, we actually probably all really have that little child inside us that's having that experience multiple times a day. Just the normal places where we would get to experience touch, pressure, hearts close to each other. And it's a thing worthy to be cried over, you know? And we shouldn't get used to this. So this time, I'm going to open. James is playing that beautiful song by Burns Stanfield, Walking with You is my prayer. And I want to invite you this week to make sure that we can hear everyone, unless you feel you have a really loud voice and you're not wanting to come up, to consider coming up and saying your very brief, hopefully sentence, few words, telling about what you're carrying, and we'll respond. We're walking with you. And we will, should I go turn the video off so you've done it? Oh, okay. So it's going to be edited out. So feel free to share, knowing that this is the community that will hear your sharing. So I'm opening the space for the burdens that want to be shared. Let's say it once more for all those burdens which we are holding, that we can choose to share out loud. We are walking with you. And let's stick with you, walking with you for a minute. And I just want to invite you, let's hum that melody together a couple of times. It's really simple, so you'll catch it along. And this will be our prayer together here. invite you to take out that pen and paper. And I'm going to share a poem, a beautiful poem by Janine Marie Hogan. And the invitation is first just to listen and let it wash over you. And then when the poem is done, to start writing. And I'm just going to give you a few minutes to write anything that comes up for you. And you might want to try not censoring, just letting your pen almost not come up off the page. And you might not want to try that. You might want to see if there's something that really strikes you out of the silence afterwards. And what we're doing, aside from giving our hearts kind of a creative way to respond to these words, is we're going to create our closing words, our closing poem. After we've had a little bit of time, I'm going to invite as many of you as are willing to take one line or even a word or a few words from what you ended up putting on your page and coming up and speaking them to the mic. And maybe someone will realize after someone is gone, I'm next. This is a great experiment. I just thought we're already in experiment land. Why don't we keep going? And James actually had the idea that we could create a poem together. So this is how we're trying to do that. What the old one is thinking. Einstein unfurled formulas into the night, strung them like prayer flags, humble offerings, a mysterious conversation with eloquent questions in a language few comprehend. I want to know, he once said, what the old one is thinking. One night when the spangled heavens undulated and seemed to drop nearly close enough to touch stars, I felt a sensing presence. Not an animal, not a bird, something unseen, perhaps unseeable, curious, welcoming, reaching toward me, as if bearing an invitation from the imponderable beginning of all things. I was not afraid in that great darkness. I see you, I almost said, even though I saw nothing but the yo-yoing stars, the silhouettes of trees, the curve of land falling toward the ocean. And yet, I was enveloped in something strangely familiar, as if there all my life unnoticed, and now delighted by my attention, by my reciprocal pleasure. Like speckled birds we one day noticed nesting in a meadow we have cut 1,000 times unknown. Yes, I said, not knowing to whom. And I began a halting conversation in a language I don't know how to speak. Began a clumsy dance, not knowing who twirls me, lets go and vanishes, spins off far away, who returns sometimes, always laughing, and I laugh too, as if I've heard the joke told when the universe howled itself into being. I do not have Einstein's starry mind probing mathematics and chemistry to apprehend the old one's patterned language. This morning I have only glyphs. These bison, osprey, dancing sandhill cranes, plump cottonwood buds, this granite heaved from the deep earth, this river racing with snowmelt, this land greening beneath rain. This. And the time is yours. I'll chime when we're done. So, here comes the time for the experiment. We will have closing words if you are willing. Remember, it may just be 3 words, so 1 line. That's all we need. I forgot my pen and paper, but as I sat there, had image. The sun peeked over the ridge, lighting the mist low in the valleys, saying once again, "May I have this dance?"
Hearts beating silently at night, blood flowing quickly in the morning, sighs, silence, and screams.
Music and its comfort, especially to people with growing syndrome, people like me. Music is the language of the world, the sweetest in existence.
Our natural world is ours to cherish or destroy. Do we deserve it? There is so much good here. If our terror and fear will only subside enough to let it be, to let it grow, will we let that happen?
Spectacular sunset over Lake Champlain and flocks of birds, hundreds of them, all in formation, headed toward their next cove and water play.
Joy is scattered all around if you can find it. Don't ignore the twinklings that can burst forth into happiness. Always be wide-eyed. Look, look, look. Something out there is to be found.
You are all beautiful. Together, we are each part of the tapestry that has been woven by one who loves us.
Hanging branches like lace, nature's beauty, infused with low glowing sun.
One more, yeah.
May the quiet music and the silent presence of others nearby stay with me tonight.
May the quiet music and the silent presence of others nearby stay with us tonight. Let's close humming together another favorite. There's a river flowing in my soul. Maybe you feel like rising for this. If you do, you're welcome to. Here we go. last part, and it's telling me, humming. We extinguish this flames, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitments. These we carry in our hearts and share with the world until we are together again. Y'all look hydrated to me. Now go share that river flowing in your soul, that light with this world. It needs it. Give those virtual hugs with new fervor. Go in peace.